Mr. Clement, what if the activity on the field did not consist of this kneeling down briefly, but something more extensive, standing up on the 50-yard line, arms outstretched, engaging in audible prayer? Is your analysis and answer still the same?
It's not exactly the same, Mr. Chief Justice. I think the difficulty with the sort of audible prayers or some of the practices that the coach candidly admitted he engaged in previously, where he's holding up the helmets for both teams and sort of talking to the players, is there's an instructional component to that I think that a school district could say that since you're engaged in instructional activity and that's the core of what coaches and teachers do, we're gonna treat that as government speech. I think that.
Well, he's not speaking to the players, as in the example you gave, but he's praying to God.
So if there's not an instructional component to it, if the players are doing their own thing in the end zone, for example, then I think it really becomes what the school is able to have a neutral rule. And this was part of my answer to another component of Justice Sotomayor's question, which is the school has a fair amount of flexibility to determine what the duties of the coach are. Here, they did not say that his duties were an all-encompassing supervisory role. And I suppose if the school district had one coach whose whole job was to watch those kids after the bell like a hawk and make sure they didn't get into any trouble, even a brief religious exercise by that individual might be inconsistent with their neutral job duties and a basis for the school to do something. But here, it's in the record, and I think undisputed, that the coach could do other things, other private things, of a comparable amount of time, because this is a fleeting religious exercise. Even the school district described it as fleeting.
But would Pickering apply, Mr. Clement, if in the Chief Justice's hypothetical, let's say he says the Our Father with arms outstretched, and it starts causing a lot of havoc in the stands, a lot of the things that, your opponents, your friends on the other side say that happened, that, the band members were being rushed, the head coach feared for his life. If his prayer of the Our Father caused that kind of chaos, would Pickering apply? If they said, for reasons of efficiency and school safety, we just can't have this.
So if they came up with a neutral policy that tried to deal with that situation, I think you would test the neutral policy based on Pickering. I think if they tried to adopt the neutral policy for the sole reason of stopping the Our Father, I think that's a case where you'd say, no, that's pretextual and that's still going to be subject to strict scrutiny. But if I just get it on the table, but I also think if the hypothetical is that kind of audible prayer, you do have the argument, at least, that would be instructional and might be a different case. I'm sorry, just